Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Fiode, Associate Vice Provost and Senior Director at the Center for the Advancement of Teaching. You've heard some great advice from my colleagues on teaching in tumultuous times. But despite all of this advice, we know that sometimes hot moments will happen in your classroom. And you'll have to think about how to manage that situation and also how to get your class back on track. If you've set up your classroom as we've suggested, you'll have a set of guidelines that the class collaborated on creating. Those guidelines are key to guiding the conversation out of a hot moment and into more productive discussion. Stop the class, remind students of the guidelines that they created as well as why they created them. State your expectation that everyone needs to stick to the guidelines. And invite them to engage in more civil discussion, which helps us to get to understanding instead of demonization. If you have guidelines such as listen for understanding or give others the benefit of the doubt, point those out specifically. When things get hot under the collar, which they inevitably will, point it out. I see that we're all feeling a bit agitated right now. Let's take a moment to collect ourselves. Then provide an opportunity for students to reflect and calm themselves by inviting them to write or sketch quietly about how they're feeling and what their thoughts are, including why it's difficult to discuss these topics. Reflection is a useful tool for getting students to slow down and think about what's happened and what's been said, so that they can be more self-aware and listen more effectively to others. Depersonalize the comments that students make, moving the discussion away from particular students to the ideas that have been stated. When hot-button comments arise, say, let's put this idea on the table for discussion, an idea that many people might hold. Why might people hold this particular position? Might there be other perspectives on this topic? What might those be? Remember to point out where there may be points of agreement, even if the solutions don't entirely align. Then connect the hot moment to course topics or learning goals. What does the big emotion in the room suggest about the importance of the topic you're teaching? Where can we learn more about the topic, gather information, facts, ask questions that could lead us to deeper understanding of the issue? What do we already know and how do we know it? What's disputed? What do we want to know more about, and where can we find reputable information to inform our points of view? After an intense discussion, give your students time to reflect on perspectives they've heard and what they've learned about themselves, about others, and about the topic. And of course, outside of class, make sure to check in with students who might have been most directly impacted by the discussion. Finally, I want to remind you that if you feel unprepared to deal with a controversial topic that arises unexpectedly, you do not have to engage with it immediately. You can tell students that you're putting it in the parking lot for further discussion next time in order to give you and them time to think about it and prepare responsibly for tackling that issue. Remember that we at the CAT are here to serve you and support you as you navigate these times. Here's wishing you productive and transformative discussions. Feel free to make an appointment or peruse the resources available to you by visiting our website at teaching.temple.